know it's our job to help this guy and everything, but I think this guy's a lost cause. He's obviously made up his mind. Why don't we just cut our losses and...
Welcome back to yet another figure review. This is DBGBH here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Figuarts Super Saiyan Son Goku Clone Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour Event Exclusive Edition, or as most rational people would call this, Clone Goku. As the name would imply, this was released during the Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour event last year at a price of $40 from the Namco Bandai store. Without further ado, I'm just gonna shut the fuck up and move into the... Say for a few things here and there, this is essentially standard Figuarts fare. The background I do like. It's a black on red combo as opposed to it just being white on red. Definitely looks much sleeker. I like this approach a little more than what Tamashi's been doing as of late. On the front you have a clear window that shows the figure as well as a background with sort of like a triangular pattern going on. S.H.Figuarts Super Saiyan Son Goku Clone Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour Exclusive Edition, as well as a picture of Clone Goku and a couple of pictures behind him. Fucked up silver toy sticker, snake stand sticker, ages 15 and up warning. Blue Bandai Tamashi Nations Event Exclusive Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour and Dragon Ball FighterZ logos. Designed by Tamashi Nations in Japan, Bandai Spirits made in China, as well as a whole bunch of legal information. Tamashi Nations quality seal, and then up top you got a clear window that continues from the front and a picture of Goku. On the side you got a picture of his hand, his face, and his face, as well as S.H.Figuarts Super Saiyan Son Goku Clone Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour Exclusive. The back you got some pictures of Clone Goku, as well as the blurbs that you can read if you want to read them, because I'm not going to do it for you. Pause if you want to read them. Then on the bottom of the back of the box you have the usual warnings and shit. The bluefin sticker, though, is the Bandai Namco Entertainment sticker this time around, I would imagine, because it was distributed by them as opposed to the clods at Bluefin. Then on the bottom you got S.H.Figuarts Super Saiyan Son Goku Clone Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour Exclusive Edition, picture of Goku's face, and then you got the name repeated again on the side on a clear window. So I think that does it for the box. Let's get Clone Goku. So I will just mention that inside of his box you get a little leaflet as well as the aforementioned triangular background. And for some reason on the plastic wrap around his waist there was a white powder. I don't know why, but I'm starting to feel kind of funny.
Stupid roommates! Drive me crazy! Ain't got no toilet, but I'm in the Navy! Sometimes you wanna walk, sometimes you run, when I tell you to wait!
Alright, here Clone Goku is out of the box. Now here he is next to a few other figures I've got, starting off with a couple of average Joe Gokus. You got Ultra Instinct Goku on the left and Rose Goku Black on the right. Two other creations of the Red Ribbon Army, Android 17 and Android 21. Premium color Vegeta because I was too lazy to get the original, and the original Trunks. And lastly, his stinger just broke off, and Majin Buu.
I've come to talk with you again.
Moving into the paint, not really the sculpt, because this is essentially the Broly movie Goku with Vegeto's pelvis. The paint is very nice on this figure. I like how the skin is very faded and dull in color, and it sort of gives like a robotic, cold, dead sort of look. You also get a black gi with a maroon red inner shirt and bright red wristband and belt. It's a very nice color combination, contrasts pretty well. The hair is a very faded yellow with a sort of a green tinge to it as the base color, with a sort of pearlescent gold sheen applied to it, and his eyes are very angular on this one. They're very... Oh, that's not good. The face is very nice. It has a very angular sort of look to it, and his eyes are very vibrant red color. Looks very nice all around. Really, if I had anything to nitpick, it would probably just be from the design itself. I can't really say I care for the color they went with for the boots. Kind of wish the boots were darker, like sort of like the same maroon you have on the shirt, but I get it, and that's kind of the color palette Tanahashi was working with here, so I can't exactly fault him for that. The one thing I will say I absolutely do like about this is that all over it has a matte finish, say for the hair, and thank you Tanahashi for finally fucking getting it right, because most of the figures these days have a very cheap, glossy look to them. That about does it for Clone Goku's paint. Let's move on to the... What you get with Clone Goku is essentially the exact same as you'd get with Super Saiyan Blue Goku. So as to not waste your time, I'm just gonna run through everything. You get the gritted teeth face, yelling face, smirking face for some reason, but not complaining, the more the merrier. You get martial arts stance, Kamehameha, open palm ki blast, and an instantaneous movement hand. All of them are painted the exact same way as the rest of the figure, and everything looks nice. So, I suppose that about wraps that up. Let's move into what little I have to say about it. Articulation is essentially the exact same as all the other Gokus. The head can look up and down, side to side. I have heard it is a little tight. Mine feels a little tight, and I haven't been able to pull it off the neck, but I would recommend being careful with it. The neck can go side to side, not too shabby. You can crunch that far forward and that far back at the waist. You get most of the side to side out of the top, but the lower waist sort of moves. His shoulder is like how your mom was last night.
You claim to be a player, but I fucked you.
Tight and squeaky. His shoulder can lift up about that far, and the butterfly joint, it can cross about that far over his chest, which is not much. Bicep swivel is also relatively squeaky. The actual elbow is pretty tight. Wrist pivot and swivel, pretty standard. Legs can kick that far forward, that far back, that far out to the side, and you get a thigh swivel, double joint at the knee, and the same QC problem as God Goku, where you have one ball peg that's lower than the other, which allows for better range on one foot, but the other foot is slightly recessed in his ankle, so you don't get as good movement out of it. That, and it causes him to stand a little funky. The toe is the same as usual, and it's about as effective as usual. So that about does it for Clone Goku. Let's just moving right along into my final thoughts on Clone Goku. And for a basic repaint, about as basic as he is, he's a really good one. The colors are very nice, they pop and they contrast with each other despite being as dull as they are. Joints are very stiff on this figure as opposed to Blue Goku, where everything sort of moved smoothly. Personally, it hasn't affected mine too horribly, but just be careful with him. Other than that, this is absolutely a great exclusive. For 40 bucks, I mean, for today's standards, you certainly got what you paid for. That said, he is definitely skyrocketed in terms of price. He currently seems to have tripled in aftermarket prices, so good luck trying to get one. But this has been DBGBH.
What is that? I don't know. Alex, grab it. Grab it. I'm not gonna grab that. You grab it. Get it down.